Hi, my name is Pammy and my mission is to see you succeed. Today I'm going to share with you 5 amazing tips that are going to take your resume to the next level when trying to land the job of your dreams. Now, if you don't have work experience, then don't worry. Make sure you stick all the way until the end of the video, because in the next video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to implement the tips that I'm sharing today specifically for you. Now, I'm going to share with you some of the common practices and some of the things that are essential, but I'm going to try to keep it short on the things that we already all know. So without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1, the top of the resume is the most important part. As you probably already know, nowadays people have a very limited attention span. So you want to try to be as clear, clean, and concise as you possibly can at the very top of the resume, because that is the first thing that they're going to see. And people that are reading thousands of resumes per day, they already know what key points they're looking for in order to fill that position. So you want to make sure that you give who you are, where you are, and what you offer. Those are the main things that they're looking for when reading resumes. Also, if you're submitting your resume online, try to steer clear from fancy designs and templates, because it's a software that reads it. You want to keep the fancy paper, fancy designs in person, as long as it's not too cluttery. Just keep to the point whenever you're trying to get a job and you're submitting your resume online. You want to make sure you include a professional email, a professional phone number, and a professional LinkedIn link if you have it. And if you want a video all about how to optimize your LinkedIn account to present yourself in a professional manner, make sure you comment below and let me know, because I can make a whole video about that. Tip number 2, be honest, don't hide anything, and try to use it in a chronological order. That way it is very easy for them to know when you started, when you ended, where you were, and in which position. As a matter of fact, you can actually write the job title and then the bullet points underneath that focus on each achievement. Now, you want to focus on highlighting your achievements rather than listing the tasks that you did while in a position, because that is what someone is interested in. They have a problem and they need a solution. They're trying to hire a solution to their problems. So you want to make sure you show the value that you were able to provide and the results that you were able to provide, rather than just regular tasks, which, if it is in the same job field, more than likely they already know the tasks that you need to perform in a particular job position. Remember that people that read your resume do this for a living. So if you're trying to be sneaky, or if you're trying not to cover something up, more than likely, because they've seen so many different resumes, someone has already tried that trick. So it's going to stand out to them, and it's going to immediately position as someone that's untrustworthy, and they're just not gonna call you. So you want to try to be upfront and honest. Even if there's a gap in unemployment, it is much easier to explain why you had a gap in unemployment or why something happened, rather than them finding out later and cutting completely your reputation because you're being dishonest. Tip number 3, don't include a long objective statement. And this one I'm guilty of myself. An employer is not looking for a declaration of what it is that you're trying to do with your life. They have a gap that they need to fill or a problem that needs to be resolved. So really focus on what can you do for them, what do you bring to the table, what is your value, what are the achievements, how did you help someone go from point A to point B in the past, because that is what they're going to go for, and make it relevant for the position that you're applying for. And this brings me to the next tip. Tip number 4, don't be boring. You don't want to bore them to death with pages upon pages about your life story and how you got where you are. You want to keep it simple, to the point, and results oriented. And do something unique and ask yourself, what is it that would make you want to hire someone if you were in their shoes, if you were in their position? And I can't give you a specific example because each industry is different from one another, but in your industry and what you're an expert in, ask yourself, what is the problem that company is facing, and what do you bring? Why should they pick you? What did you bring to the table that is going to help them resolve it? And you can find this information online just by looking at news articles or whatever the case might be. And if you don't know how to do the research on your company, make sure you check this video right here, because I talk all about that and I walk you through step by step on how to effectively prepare yourself for an interview. Tip number 5, make it relevant. And this is my very favorite tip, and I have no idea why I haven't heard this before whenever I was in high school or in college. This is the most important tip of what is going to get you the job or not get you the job. Whenever you're submitting your resume online, it's going to be a software that receives it. It's not going to be a human or an HR person, whoever's interviewing it, because there are so many resumes that this software is in charge of filtering out which ones are relevant to that job position and which ones are irrelevant. The way that you make your resume relevant and be picked by the software to then go on to the second step and be reviewed by the HR person or the interviewer is by incorporating keywords that are going to position you as an expert and as the perfect candidate for that job position. And where do you think that software gets those tags or keywords? They get it directly from the job description. The job description, mainly the first few bullet points, are the most important and are the ones that are going to make you look like the perfect candidate for that particular job. So you want to incorporate it, of course, in normal human language. You don't want to just keyword stuff your resume. You can just incorporate in normal human language in your resume all of the keywords that are in the job description. And that is going to be a total game changer. So let me know in the comments below if you did this and this worked for you too, because for me, it changed everything once I found out. And just as a side note, as an extra little tip, you want to always try to carry your personal business cards or maybe even a copy of a resume, because sometimes fate just brings you together with that one person that's going to be able to help you, even though you're not looking in their particular company. You can broaden your network, and you always need to be able to be prepared to give a way for them to contact you. And the business card is perfect because it's not a threatening way to just ask, hey, can I have your number? You want to just hand them that business card. That way they have a way to reach you professionally. Okay, so in this video, we talked about some of the main things that you can do to focus on preparing to land your perfect job. And if you don't have any work experience yet, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell below, because in the next video, I am going to cover for you how to show your value even if you don't have any work experience yet, and how to build your resume with some easy tips that you can start today while doing internships, volunteer opportunities, different achievements that you can focus on. So if this sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure you hit that notification bell below. That way you don't miss it. And in the meantime, you can check out these videos right here. Thank you so much for hanging out today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.